Got a countdown for you. Look at that. Are you both in it?
Yeah.
Shark
Look at that.
Tales is live.
Oh, we got in trouble last night for not doing the song.
Who got us in trouble? You got us in trouble.
Okay, well,
No,
I'm gonna
you got in trouble.
Shark Tales
Woo.
with Andy.
With Andy. Oh,
What a night!
dang, man. Well, it was a beautiful day all
know.
day. It's like almost like sun was out and it almost got warm at
So
points.
yeah, if you're a racer and you know you're coming to Chico, we've been tracking this weather for about a week,
Yeah.
and it's been progressively getting worse for Friday.
Yeah.
And then 3 days ago, it just starts progressively getting better.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, shit, this is actually going to happen. And then out of nowhere, it rained today.
Dude. A
We're-
lot too.
All the rigs were in the pits, and you could literally see, if you look that way, which might be that way if you're on TV on Facebook, but looking that way,
Stage left.
you could see the sun. I mean,
Yeah.
it was coming. So it's just like, let's just wait for the sun to come.
All
And
sun
once
though.
the sun comes, we're going to go race out in a muddy track in front of 200 fans.
Yeah.
And that's what we did.
That was a bummer. Like, and once the rain came, like the wind came and it got cold,
Yeah.
man.
I had my fire suit on, a sweatshirt, a hood, and a jacket, and I was still freezing. I was cold on the track before we went green for the main event. I'm sitting
Yeah.
there just shivering
Yeah.
like a mofo.
Did you have flashbacks a little bit of Gold Cup Civil War race? Was it
2010?
Yep.
Oh my gosh! So
That was bad.
revert back to that. But yeah, we're talking Gold Cup, September. No rain in the forecast in September in California.
Ever.
And then all of a sudden here comes this cloud and a sprinkle and then another sprinkle.
Right in the middle of qualifying.
And then, we're not kidding you, there was a foot of water in the pits by the time that storm was done.
We left our car outside. It's like, we'll just let this pass.
People left their trailers out, their generators were underwater. And if you wonder why Alan Padjen got out of Chico, that Gold Cup is basically what put him under. But okay, so fast forward 12 years to tonight.
Yeah. How was your night?
45 cars.
You guys were wrong, I just want to say.
What were we wrong about?
What,
There's
car
going to be
count.
60 cars.
Oh, the rain scared
Oh,
everybody
for
away. No,
sure.
the 15 that would have made it 60 called us and said we didn't come because of the rain.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Well, Tarleton's were going to bring 3 cars. They didn't show.
So you're at 48.
I don't have time for this. So, I never went and looked at the track because I was being a little princess, and I came out here. I was cold, so I took a shower as they were doing the...
Yeah, you're
The-
welcome.
What is that called?
It was a draft.
The draft.
Yeah, so everybody drew a
Ooh.
pill for... Typically, you draw a pill for your qualifying order. This time, it was basically for a draft order. So whatever pill you drew, lined it up that way, and then you got to pick what group you were going to be in and when you qualified, basically.
I've heard this
Somebody
explained
wasn't there.
probably 10 times now, and I still don't understand it.
Well, it's like, how many cars you got? Okay, we got 4 heats. Put a line for how many cars are going to be in each heat. All
Okay.
right. Who drew number 1? All right, where do you want to start? I'll start here. Number 2.
Where do you want to qualify, though?
Yes.
Okay, so I want to go out 5th, then.
Yes, yeah.
So
yeah.
with the point of tonight, everybody was probably picking last, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why did you put me first?
No. I put you in the middle
No,
of the
you- yeah,
second
you did.
group. So I was looking at groups too, like
Yeah, so the point would be to pick an easy group.
yeah,
if
because
that's possible.
it was kind of SCCT format where you're qualifying with your group that you're going to run heat races with. So you're basically kind of only going against those guys in the beginning part of the night, basically. So I was trying to help, and obviously I did a good job. I hooked you
What?
up.
How does Johnny Gibson say it?
Quick time new.
Oh, I wasn't new track record.
Dang it.
But so let's back up to packing track. So back to me not getting out there in time. I kind of expected the track because I've been here about 10 years ago when it rained and Lowell went out and tilled it up and kind of was able to make us be able to race.
Mm-hmm.
So I was expecting to see it all tilled and kind of fluffed. I was expecting it to be wet.
Yeah.
It was wet and it wasn't
Gosh.
tilled. It was just slop.
It's like they took the tractors out there to try to kind of work it in, but they didn't really use any equipment on it. I don't think, like while it was raining.
It
so.
was about as sloppy as a racetrack as I've ever been on, and I've been on some shithole slop. Well, I don't know. Were you in Calistoga like in 03 when we didn't race till like 9:30 because they had to go out and literally squeegee all the mud off?
I don't think
Oh,
so.
okay. So that might be my number 1, but number 2 was tonight.
Okay.
But the one saving grace I did get a kick out of tonight packing track the little bitches that refused to pack track, they had no choice. They had to get in the mud because there was no escaping the mud. So there's about 5 little princesses out there that do not pack track, and they even had mud on their cars tonight. So I was grinning and packing, even though it took forever. Hey, you were one of the people that stayed out to help buzz the track. They said, we need about 8 cars to stay out and just kind of stir it up. Did you stay out?
So, I got brand new headphones today.
Okay.
They didn't work. So I didn't hear
that.
anybody during Wheel Pack or anything, so I had to chuck those. But no, so I did not stay out there and
Oh,
buzz.
so you're one of them bitches that just pulled off and let
couldn't
Forsberg bring the
hear.
track in.
Yeah.
We just got 3 inches of rain. Forsberg will bring it in. Let's just
Yeah.
let him go out there for 100 laps.
Thanks, Andy.
Don Ott, we're sending your motor into this Monday because I just put 700 laps on my motor tonight.
But you were only a quarter throttle.
Yeah, I do kind of play a game with myself. I see how low I can keep the RPMs. People were smoking me in my hot lap too, just
Yeah, they
fucking
were.
rolling around me, and I'm out there
Andy
going.
was trying to work the bottom. What a
You were
nice
the
guy.
I was like
slowest.
5,800 RPMs.
Even Troy announced you were the slowest.
Good. Guess who wasn't the slowest when it came to qualifying and has 2 thumbs? This guy right here.
Were you quickest overall
No,
today?
Henry went 6.
Wow.
He went out when the track was good.
Right.
Yeah, I was out in the swamp.
You should have drew a different group.
Yeah, why don't I go in group 4 like somebody else I know? Hey, you know what? You get what you deserve, and you
I
were
guess
there, so
Oh,
good for you.
Sorry, thank you.
So, let's talk about English.
English?
Yes. The letter G and the letter N.
I thought there was a don't.
One says go, one says no. So I heard go to scales after qualifying. This guy heard no scales after qualifying. So guess who got DQ'd tonight after qualifying because he didn't go scale?
Okay, so 100% it's on me, right? Like, I'm the only one that didn't go to scales. But we go to pit meeting, they say scale after qualifying, right? So that's our job. We scale after qualifying. Have you ever had an official write up on a quad right before qualifying and say, hey, do
Go to
your
scales.
job?
Go to scales.
Yeah, like they don't repeat like
Yeah, you're right.
what you're
that's an
going to
anomaly.
do. Right, so it was just a weird situation, and like with the rain, like it killed the PA system for a minute.
Yeah, PA was
So I
crap.
thought it might have killed the scales too, because
The scales typically don't come out here. They
Yeah.
always say they're broken, but I think that's because they just don't want to put them out.
Right. So I had official come. I he said don't go to scales. I said thank you.
No, he said no scales,
Apparently he says
but he said
go to
scales.
So I didn't go to scales. So my
DQ,
time got
cheater.
DQ'd.
Cheater.
Had to start last in the heat race. That was fun.
Did the heat race finish do anything for your B main lineup?
So they said, well, Garth Miller, he was make sure to come over. So I said, no, if you make it in the main, you'll get your times. Like, well, you don't really get your time in this format.
Well, your time was 45th quick though, because you were DQ'd, right?
Well, but I still had a time that would have been better than 45th.
Okay.
So, yeah, it didn't make sense. But I still started in the back of the B, so it didn't matter.
And
I don't
you
know.
charged your way up to a transfer. Good job.
I didn't charge, like people were falling out left and right, so I got really lucky on that end of it.
Where did you start?
So I was supposed to start 16th. One
Okay.
guy didn't even show up, so started 14th.
So you officially started 16th and you finished 4th. To me, that is called you transferred to the A main.
Yeah.
Good job.
It's everybody's job, I guess.
So I started in the pole in my heat race, and Willie got me on the start. So I finished second, but now we're running this new outlaw format where first and second make the dash, which is good for me. I ran second. Jimmy Wall pulls me to 6 for the second week in a row,
Man.
and I started 6th in the feature.
Yeah. And I started 24th. I couldn't even see you.
So you didn't see what was going on up there up
No.
front?
I was hanging off dear life. My tongue was hanging out of my head.
You know what's funny is the X1 was on the pole. They had to get rid of me to finally get a front row starting spot. I ran that
Poor
car for the
8
entire 2021 season, and we never started in the front row one time. First night out, they're on the frickin' pole.
That's not a coincidence, I don't think.
And then he started like a little Jew, I'll say that. He damn near had the poor kid in the 7 car from Oregon,
Yeah.
Tyler Thompson. His right rear was off the edge of the track. He had him pushed up so far.
But then he got the jump, right? Because
The 7 car got the jump, yeah. So I was like, well, yeah, good for you. And then...
Then he picked the top. Did that work for him?
No, he picked the top, and then he went back down to the bottom, and they let him switch lanes, and then once he got...
so we were all
Yeah, it was all jacked up, and then he pushed... Then he tried pushing Sanders over the track, and guess what? Justin don't play
do
that
that to
game, yeah.
Sanders.
They were doing this and rubbing on each other going down the backstretch, and I was right behind it, just waiting for him to just like hook and flop and stop right in front of me. So you're doing that thing where you're lagging back.
Right,
but
right.
They ended up not doing anything real stupid, but then Sanders got the jump. And I had passed Justin a couple times. We were having a good little race, and then he had just got back by me, and then the caution came out, so now he's in the front row, and that was kind of that for me. And I know I'd asked you earlier, and I talked to Willie too, but I was getting a horrible chatter, like a rubber down chatter, which trust me, it wasn't rubber down tonight, but there was times where I was lifted on the front stretch just to calm that thing down, and my eyes were popping out of my head.
Yeah, I mentioned that. Like, I noticed it a lot last year when I was in the 83 V car, and I don't know if it was here when I mostly felt that, but it's like, it chatters like it's a rubber down track, but for whatever reason, like, it's just the tires spin, I don't know what to explain.
If it was because I had the Outlaw tires in the back, I wonder if that was attributing to my weird sensation, because I'm trying to get used to these new tires, right? So if I don't do good, I'm going to blame the tires.
Sure.
If I do good, I'm just going to say, that's just how good I am. It don't matter what tires I'm on. I did that last week, by the way. I bragged that I ran 2-year-old Outlaw tires.
Really?
Yeah, they were leftover tires from the 2019 Gold Cup.
Really?
That's what we ran last week.
The Gold Cup that I almost won, we started that main with used tires. Used Outlaw tires.
Yeah, I'm going to throw shade at
that's
Sweet. I think the year I had my my career Gold Cup, where I ran third on my prelim night, second on the final night, I ran used tires from Casey Kane, the 49, and Brad wasn't selling me no used tires the following week. He's like, once you beat me with my tires, I'm not going to sell them to you anymore.
Oh, man, come on, Brad.
So, an interesting night of racing. It wasn't as bad as I thought, man.
Right.
We
were turning 20-second laps in hot laps. 21-second laps.
We got down to an 11.6 for quick time tonight.
It's crazy. Like, yeah, we were working it so hard. I'm like, there's no way this is going to get in. But
it was so sloppy. And then every time, I don't know what your car was like, but every time I got in, my seatbelts were just covered in mud. And my hand, they're buckling up.
And there's no
there's shit
sun,
everywhere.
because usually, like, you get muddy or whatever, and you come into the pits, and then you kind of wait for it to dry, and then it comes off easy. Well, there was no sun. There was just super humid out there. Like,
yeah, the sun went down.
That stuff was not coming off. Like, it was still gooey after the main event.
So
like,
get this.
Stuck on the car.
Speaking of mud, we had so much mud on my car after packing and hot lapping. We're up to qualify, like, I'm getting ready to go, and all of a sudden they're jacking around with the right front. I'm like, because we do switch right fronts after qualifying. I'm like, no, you do that after qualifying. They're like, no, the tire's flat. I'm like, what?
Whoa.
There was so much freaking mud and shit around our car, we didn't notice that the tire was on the ground until they went to push me out.
Did you make your spot?
I don't think so. I think I might have missed a spot or two, yeah.
Late.
So, yeah, favoritism.
Somebody cut the cones.
Yeah.
I got yelled at in play day for cutting the cones.
That
and
spot is specifically open for someone who got a flat tire before qualifying.
Who did you get yelled at by?
This guy. 2 thumbs, this guy.
Guess what? Here. That tire has like 10 laps on it, and what really pisses me off is nobody has picked more rocks and debris off this track than me.
Yeah.
And I get the flat tire on my brand new right front. And the price of tires right now, yikes.
That is
sucked.
The world's smallest violin.
I'm going to make you buy me a new right front.
No, I don't want to. I can't afford that. You finished way further up. You got a way better payday.
Oh, you know what? And another, racers cracked me up. So we were supposed to get paid after the races tonight. I didn't even think about it, but that was one of the big things. Remember when Civil War got overtaken by the Sprint Car Challenge Tour? Everybody wanted to get paid after the races. We demand our money after the races. None of us remember to go get our money. There might be 2 people that got paid tonight.
Everybody wanted to go to a nice warm bed.
I'm going to ask them, how many people came and got their money last night? Out of 45 cars, let's see. Because that was one of the big things. That and the pill trophy with Civil War was the big overtaking.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
It turned out to be a successful night, truly, though. Like, all things considered, like, it should have been a major disaster, but...
Yeah, we don't typically sit shows out in California for the rain. Like, it's going to rain, cancel. But they kind of made their bed when we all got in the pits, and then it rained.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It might have been a good thing for them. It's all new. Everything's new. The grandstands, the ticket machines, so maybe just a little soft opening and, a couple. I mean, there weren't many people in the grandstands, a couple hundred, I don't know. But
it was chilly out there tonight, man.
So tomorrow night, we promise the weather will be good. I think. Have you looked at the forecast?
Do you promise that?
I think it's gonna sprinkle in the middle of the night. But
oh man! So the
tomorrow
grandstands
should
are
be
covered
alright.
in mud because we did 9,000 hot lap sessions. Poor Troy Hennig's got his work cut out for him. If it rains tonight, it'll be even worse.
I saw that wheelbarrow full of stuff to help that poor Troy Hennig in the back of your trailer.
We got a lot going on tomorrow. So yeah, my car is covered in mud. All my crew went home, and we got the John Padjen little serve. We got this is John Padjen weekend. John Padjen weekend, so we got to talk about that. So so John Padjen died a couple months ago, and so their family's coming up tomorrow. We're gonna do a little service for him about 11 o'clock. So that'll be kind of cool to see the pageant. I guess
Very cool.
Robbie's gonna be here, so
cool.
It'd be nice to see
Seen
her.
her forever.
So that's about the wrap. Can't think of anything else to talk about that was cool. Sanders won. Justin Sanders won. Montgomery was second. I was third. Willie was fourth. Where'd you end up?
So started 24th, got it up to 12th.
Oh, hey. Were you passing cars? Or you don't know when they've fallen out like in the B?
No, maybe in
Sorry,
a
I've
little bit
been
in the
blabbing. I
beginning.
didn't know you passed 12 cars.
Yeah, so it wasn't. It turned out to be not too shabby. Got lucky to even make it in the main, and then to pass half the field.
You were gonna pass that 12 car when he spun out. You were gonna pass the 20.
Yeah.
And then you kind of got tripped up on the right rear, and then all of a sudden the 20 passed the 12, and I was like,
Tripped up on the right rear. That was the story of my night, man.
Was it?
That
we gotta
whole
space that
B-main,
sucker
I felt
out, or
it.
what?
Yes, we're working on it. We're getting there.
hey, we're not at Skagit, Cook. This is Chico. Sometimes you gotta go to your old school notes.
No, we're gonna be good tomorrow. Yep. We're gonna have some fun.
Let's see here.
Sun's gonna come out.
Donnie Van Lair is watching.
Hi,
Devin
Donnie.
Whitlock's watching. Bill
Any
Strauss. Hey, Bill.
questions tonight?
Why?
you know what?
was
I
that
just started
why-
reading.
That was why it's first 360 race.
Bill, I
right?
hope you're doing good. Bill from Placerville. Damn near kicked the bucket. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, he got. Correct me if I'm wrong, Bill, but he got maybe COVID and then some heart issues. Just some stuff snowballed, and he was on life support for a while, but he's back. Your car owner's watching. Say good stuff.
Man, that car was awesome.
Best did a 360
Best
around
car
like a
I've ever
410.
been in. Oh yeah, 100%.
The trailer's pretty janky looking. You better step your game up on that trailer, man. We trailer race in California.
No,
We trailer race hard in California.
we need to get your open trailer back.
I think my
Start
open trailer
winning
might have been
races.
nicer than that trailer you got.
No.
I'm never
gonna
gonna get.
you, a trailer's never made
He's-
a car go faster.
never gonna
Amen,
ask me to drive his
sister.
car.
Good job, Candace. She knows.
Oh yeah.
Dean Mills is watching
Yeah?
from Texas after covering Woo. Dean, Texas back really quick. Did Eliason win? Does anybody know?
No.
When I quit watching with 12 to go, it was Eliason,
I
Hod,
stopped watching when you guys,
Brad Sweet. I sent Sweet a picture of the grandstand, said, standing room only. Not. Welcome.
He said no.
No, Eliason didn't win. Well, who won?
Who won? Brad?
Yeah, tell us Brad Sweet won.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Come on, we got to turn this thing off. Nobody wants to watch us. Just look at this and not looking for questions. Sheldon won.
Sheldon.
Thank you, Kaylee. Okay, that's it. Now that we know who won, that's a wrap.
It's night time.
12:08. Hope this show wasn't too long for all those fair weather fans. Okay, that's it. Brad Sweet was third. Come on, Sweet.
He said third.
Gotta get by
Brad's
Eliza.
watching.
No, that's Brad Sweet. Brad doesn't watch this crap. He's too cool for this. Okay, that's it. See you tomorrow. Turn it
All
off.
right, guys, let's go.